You know the great story in the Katha Upanishad? Nachiketas was a young boy whose father held a sacrifice. I mean a havan, a yajna. Sacrifice means a homa, whatever. And he invited many people for it. Then it is said that after the sacrifice, you have to distribute grains and cows and food to the Brahmins, the priests who come to perform the sacrifice. And Nachiketas was a small boy and watching all this. At the end of it, his father was giving away lame, sick, deprecate, unwalking, non-walkable cows to the priests. So he was very upset and he asked him, why are you giving away these useless animals as a sacrifice? When you give, you have to give something which is really valuable to yourself. People used to give cows in those days because a cow was much more important in those days than a Mercedes at home. Because they lived on the cow. So it was such a valuable thing for them. It gave them milk, it gave them ghee, it gave them cow dung to burn. It plowed the field. It ate grass and gave you milk. So it was such a valuable thing to have, so to sacrifice that, to give away that to those who have done your puja, it's a great act. But this guy was giving away cows which don't have milk, lame, old, blind. So Nachiketas was very upset. He said, Dad, why are you doing this? Whom will you give the most valuable thing which you possess? To whom will you give it? I am the most valuable thing there. Whom will you give me to? And the father was very angry and very upset about it. And he cursed him, saying, in anger, he said, I will give you away to death. So since he was a powerful man, it worked. And immediately Nachiketas died. And he had to go up to the world of death. It's a beautiful story because when he went up, it was unexpected because he came through a curse. So the king of death, Yama, had gone to bring other souls. So Nachiketas had to wait for 3 days in the waiting room for Yama to come to be admitted inside. So Yama came back and said, oh my God, such a beautiful boy with a shining face and spiritual aspiration sitting here waiting for me for 3 days. It is a mistake. I am so sorry. But you came unexpectedly, so it is not my mistake. But pardon me for not being here for 3 days, for making you wait in my waiting room. So please ask me for 3 boons. Ask me for 3 boons. So Nachiketas said, first boon, when I go back, may my father recognize me and forgive me. So, there are 2 things in this. One is, now he feels that his father did not commit a mistake. He committed a mistake, but he also committed a mistake by asking him a blunt question. So will you forgive me? Second, since he has come face to face with the king of death, when he goes back, he will be a completely changed person. So will my father recognize me? That is the question. See, the crux of the question is, if you have really come face to face with the king of death, that means you have got freedom. You're free from your bodily identification. In such a state, your whole personality, your everything undergoes a change. So when I go back, will my father even recognize me? He says, when I go back, first boon, may my father recognize me and forgive me. It shows a sensitive, humble mind, but direct and brave. This is what is required for spiritual progress. You need strength. You can't, your weak person cannot attain that. Which is why many rishis you see happen to be warriors who have turned into spiritual people. Because there is a certain braveness which is for generations inbuilt. The Mundaka Upanishad says, I am Atma balahine nalabhya. This Atman cannot be attained by those who are weak. Mundaka Upanishad. I am Atma balahine nalabhya. This Atman cannot be. So, Nachiketas was a brave boy like that, without fear, with strength. And the second boon, Yama himself grants, saying that a particular sacrifice will now be named after you. It shall be called the Nachiketas sacrifice. Third, says, ask me for the third. Nachiketas says, this is a question which only you can answer. When the person dies, some people say he goes to different worlds. Some people say he goes to heaven. Some people say he goes to hell. Some people say he's finished, he's wiped out altogether. What is the truth of this statement? You are the God of death, you should know, please tell me. Yama says, look, don't ask me just this question. I'll give you power, I'll make you ruler of all the three worlds that are there. I will give you wealth, I will give you anything that you desire. Anything. Ask me and it shall be. But don't ask me this question, because this is not easily answerable and few people ask this question. So is there anything else that you can choose? The power over three worlds, all the wealth in the world, that is Kuberas, I shall give it to you. Don't ask me this question. Can you take this as a substitute? Now look how brave, courageous and one-pointed Nachiketas is. He said, if it is so valuable that you are ready to give all the three worlds instead, I want only to know this. I don't want the three worlds. I don't want any of your wealth. Now, such an aspirant is referred to in the Vedas and the Upanishads as Satya Kama, whose only kama, desire, is to have Satya, truth. Satya Kama is not a name. Satya Kama is an indication of a true aspirant who is ready, whose only idea, only desire is to find the truth. There is no other desire. Nachiketas was one such. So they approached the teacher with a sacrificial wood, a burning wood in their hands, fuel in their hands, which is a great symbol. Say, I am ready to sacrifice myself, but I want to find the truth. And is there, that truth reveals itself. Not by breathing in a particular way for 10 days. If that is the case, everybody will find that this is not true. Or by standing on one's head, or sitting under a stupid pyramid or something which... That way all dead pharaohs are under pyramids, they are not risen up yet. You know what they write in Christian burial grounds? After burying there is a plaque and it says R.I.P. R.I.P. So many people think it means rest in peace. My master told me it actually means rise if possible. Nobody has accepted the challenge yet. So, Satyakama is Nachiketas and Nachiketas is Satyakama.